Lewis Hamilton has been saying the same thing for weeks. The car is getting closer, but one weakness keeps costing Ferrari when it matters most. Now, Ferrari believes it has the answer. A new upgrade is coming, and inside the paddock, there's growing belief this could be the moment that changes Hamilton's title fight. But is this really the breakthrough Ferrari has been waiting for, or one last roll of the dice? The answer starts hundreds of kilometers away from the racetrack, inside Maranello. While most fans were focused on the dramatic battle at Silverstone, Ferrari's engineering department was already looking beyond the current weekend. According to multiple reports from the Italian media and respected Formula One insiders, Ferrari has committed its remaining development resources to a completely new phase of its power unit project. This isn't another routine update. It's a carefully planned evolution that could decide whether Lewis Hamilton genuinely fights for an 8th world championship this season or spends another year chasing a faster Mercedes. To understand why this story matters, we first have to understand Ferrari's biggest problem. Contrary to what many people believe, Ferrari hasn't been losing races because of slow cornering. In fact, telemetry from several circuits this season has shown that the SF26 is one of the strongest cars through medium and high-speed corners. Hamilton himself has repeatedly praised the balance of the chassis and the confidence it gives him corner entry. The problem appears once the steering wheel is straightened. On long straights, Mercedes continues to hold a measurable advantage. Every lap, Hamilton has been watching rivals slowly pull away despite matching or even beating them through the previous sequence of corners. That pattern has become one of the defining characteristics of Ferrari's 2026 campaign. It's frustrating because the team knows the foundation of the car is competitive. The missing performance isn't spread across the entire package. It's concentrated in one critical area. That realization changed Ferrari's entire development philosophy. Instead of bringing countless small aerodynamic updates every race weekend, Ferrari's technical department reportedly shifted its attention toward extracting more efficiency from the power unit. Earlier this season, the team introduced its ADUO development package, using one of its available engine development opportunities to improve combustion efficiency and overall performance. The gains were encouraging, but they weren't enough to erase Mercedes' straight-line superiority. Now comes the next step. Sources inside the paddock suggest Ferrari is preparing an updated turbocharger package expected later in the season. While the word turbo might sound simple, its impact reaches almost every part of the hybrid power unit. A more efficient turbocharger improves airflow, combustion stability, throttle response, and overall power delivery, especially under the current regulations where every fraction of efficiency matters. For Hamilton, this isn't just another technical bulletin, it's potentially the upgrade he's been waiting for since joining Ferrari. Ever since arriving in Red, Hamilton has insisted the team already possesses the ingredients needed to win championships. Strong engineers, exceptional mechanical grip, excellent tyre management. But one weakness kept appearing whenever Ferrari faced Mercedes on circuits dominated by long straights. Austria highlighted it. Silverstone reminded everyone again. Hamilton never blamed the team publicly. Instead, he repeatedly talked about continuing development, staying patient and trusting the engineers back at Maranello. That trust is now being tested. Ferrari's engineers know this upgrade carries enormous pressure because development time under Formula One's budget cap isn't unlimited. Every engineering hour spent on one project is an hour that can't be invested elsewhere. Every manufacturing resource committed to the new power unit means sacrificing improvements in another department. In other words, Ferrari isn't simply building a faster engine. They're choosing what defines the rest of their championship. And that's why this story is bigger than one new component. It's a strategic decision. One gamble, one direction. If they're right, Hamilton suddenly has the tools needed to attack Mercedes on every type of circuit. If they're wrong, the championship gap could become impossible to recover. There's another fascinating element many fans haven't noticed. Recent FIA regulation adjustments have quietly changed how teams optimize their power units. Engineers are now working under tighter technical scrutiny regarding engine operating conditions. That means finding horsepower isn't simply about increasing output anymore. It's about discovering efficiency without crossing regulatory limits. This is exactly where Ferrari believes it can make the difference. Reports from Italy indicate the team has focused heavily on combustion optimization, turbo efficiency, and thermal management rather than chasing raw horsepower alone. That's a much smarter approach because better efficiency doesn't only increase top speed. It can also improve battery deployment consistency throughout an entire lap. Think back to Silverstone. One of Ferrari's biggest struggles came near the end of the longest straights, where rivals still seemed to have electrical deployment available while Ferrari gradually lost momentum. Improving that weakness changes everything. Not just qualifying, not just race pace, but overtaking opportunities, defensive capability, strategy, flexibility, even tire management benefits when a driver spends less time fighting for position. That's why many engineers inside Formula One often describe power unit efficiency as a multiplier rather than a single performance gain. One improvement creates 5 different advantages. Hamilton understands this better than almost anyone on the current grid. After more than 2 decades in Formula One, he's experienced championship-winning cars built in completely different ways. Some dominated through aerodynamics, others through engine performance, others through tire management. What separates great teams isn't building the fastest car immediately, it's recognizing the biggest weakness first. Ferrari believes they've done exactly that. But development alone never guarantees success. Mercedes won't stop developing, neither will Red Bull, neither will McLaren. Every major team knows the championship can change in only 2 or 3 race weekends. That's why timing matters almost as much as performance itself. Bring the upgrade too late, and even a faster car can't recover enough points. Bring it at exactly the right moment, and momentum shifts overnight. Momentum might be the most underestimated factor in Formula One. Barcelona proved how quickly public opinion changes after one victory. Austria reminded everyone how brutally reality can return. Silverstone showed Ferrari remains close enough to fight. Now the next chapter depends on engineering rather than driving. For Hamilton personally, this could become one of the defining moments of his Ferrari career. Winning races is important. Winning championships is everything. And history remembers championships. An 8th world title would place Hamilton alone at the top of Formula One history. Ferrari knows exactly what that achievement would mean for the sport, for the team, and for its global brand. That's why every decision inside Maranello now carries extra significance. Nothing is random, nothing is accidental. Every upgrade, every simulation, every wind tunnel session, every dyno test, everything now points toward one objective: give Lewis Hamilton the car capable of fighting until the final race. Whether this new development becomes the breakthrough Ferrari hopes for, or another ambitious project that falls just short, is something only the coming races will answer. But one thing is already clear. Ferrari isn't playing it safe anymore. They're pushing their remaining development resources toward one final direction, because they believe the reward is worth the risk. And if their engineers have finally solved the weakness Hamilton has been talking about all season, the championship fight may be about to look very different.